All right, bro. So let's talk about the importance, man, of knowing your worth and how that's important, man. So you don't get tied up and stuck doing something you ain't got no business doing.
Right.
What's your thoughts?
I mean, worth. Like, I think a lot of people gotta understand that your worth sometimes it might not be clear to you, right?
Absolutely.
But you gotta put yourself in a situation where you have open eyes, because you might not know you're worth that. Other people may see that and they may exploit you for that. And by the time you realize that you're worth that, it's too late. They done got what they needed from you.
I mean, so how do you find out what you're worth? I mean, I know we're gonna go through a process, and like, you know, hopefully it's not too late that we're not stuck doing something for so long before we realize, you know, what our value is. And that could be to, you know, in our relationships, it could be to your job, it could be in a partnership for a business.
Right.
You know, so I mean, how did you discover how did you know what your worth was?
I felt like, for me, when I discovered my worth, I just think that when you're passionate about something, and then you have good people around you telling you how great you are, and the passion can translate into whatever the worth is, I think that's when you start to discover it. Like, example, you may be nice at cutting hair, right? And you cut your friend's hair after school, and they just giving you whatever they got, right? But eventually, once you start to cut people's hair outside your friend's hair, and they coming to you for professional services, at that point, they should understand your worth is enough to be able to pay a professional service retail price than to look for that, you know, backyard bargain. So I think that's what a lot of people gotta understand. Where is the bridge or the cutoff point where I should be collecting what I'm worth?
Absolutely. So basically, you were saying, do you line your worth based on what market rate is? So if, like you said, if I'm a barber and I cut hair, I should look at the going rate for an average haircut.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Even like when you come into a room, you gotta demand the room. And you gotta let them know that, yo, I bring something of value to the table, and you have to respect that.
Starts with you. Absolutely.
Because if you're constantly, I'm gonna look out for you, or I'm gonna hook you up, and you constantly discount yourself all the way down with people, you'll never be able to charge your true worth.
But you know, we grew up on that word, I got you.
Right.
Old man, hook me up.
Right.
So, you know, in our minds, that's first nature. You know, we think that everything we do should be a hookup, not realizing that, you know, in your business or in your craft, it requires an investment. It's either an investment for tools and equipment, or it's an investment of your time. And a lot of times we kind of forget to weigh those things. Like, you know, a photographer, for instance, you spend $2,000 on a camera. You have to factor that in. Now you go to say, well, I can't hook you up.
Right.
Because the cameraman won his money.
Right.
You know.
But then you gotta understand that, you know, you got this $2,000 camera. It's not like I'm shooting you with my phone anymore. The price goes up.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And people gotta respect that. So it's like when you go into a restaurant and you go pick that bottle of champagne that's from 1883 that's been sitting for 100 years. Guess what? It could be the same bottle of champagne that they done made 5 years ago, but it's $20,000 more.
Absolutely.
Because the worth, they understand the value in it. They understand that people appreciate an old bottle of champagne. So it's the same exact concept. Once people understand that, yo, I know what I'm worth, I know what I bring to the market, and I'm going to charge accordingly.
And it's okay for the people who may not understand your worth.
Oh.
Because you may tell a person, well, man, Antoine, you got this house. Let me get it for this.
Right.
And it doesn't make financial sense to you.
It's okay to tell people no.
Yeah.
It's okay to walk away from situations where you felt like you could have benefited from. And in reality, you actually save money. You save money because you didn't indulge in a situation that could have cost you a ton of money or heartache.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Quick question. Are you still struggling with finding good quality employees in your business? Have you ever thought about just outsourcing some of this stuff? Well, listen, I got a program called VA Mastery that helped thousands of people so far. And I'm telling you, we can show you exactly how to hire, train, manage, and find the best remote employees that can come into your business and increase productivity while you as the owner can focus on increasing profit and revenue. If that's something that interests you, click the link and I guarantee you it'll be something that we can help you with.
So it's almost a good practice, man, in knowing your worth. Try your services with somebody that may not know you, because a person knows you expects a certain thing.
Exactly.
But if I walk to you and I advertise my business, we don't have a friendship. It's based on a result. So You're gonna pay me to get this result, and that's the best way almost to judge yourself. Because if not, we try businesses on people we know. It's easy.
Right.
Hey, and I started this cleaning company, man, support me. Well, how much you want? I don't know, just look out for me. And most of the time that's going to lead to disappointment, because you'll look out and they'll look out at two different things.
It never ends in a beneficial situation for you.
Never.
It always ends in an unpleasant situation, no matter how long it takes for you to realize it's unpleasant. So I think, like, once you call yourself a barber, or you call yourself a photographer, or you call yourself a truck driver, then you can charge that. You can charge that work, but then people expect that quality too.
Absolutely. So it's hand in hand.
So it's a double-edged sword, because you're like, yo, I'm a barber, but if you're not nice with the clippers, you're not going to make much money, because people ain't going to want to do business with you. So I do think that even though you should charge your work, I think you got to measure your work to see where you at with things.
Right. When were you okay at charging your worth? Because I know, for a long time, man, you were, and you still are noted as a giver.
Right.
You've always been a giver, right? So, but it comes to a point that giving everything away does not pay the bills.
It don't pay the bills, and it's a curse, because it brings the wrong people to the stuff you're trying to give people.
Absolutely. And they don't have to have anything invested.
They don't have nothing invested, and then the appreciation isn't there. So they'll take whatever you give them and shelf it, because they don't have an investment into it to psychologically say, yo, I must fix this or finish this or read this or watch this because I have something invested into it, which is most times is a form of currency, money or something.
So at what moment did you know that Antoine Campbell has to make the transition? I'm gonna still help people,
right?
Because that's who I am, but that help has to come with, it's got to have a price tag attached to it.
I knew at the beginning, even when I was helping people, like doing like free meetups and helping people, but I knew that nobody would take themselves serious unless I put something in between me and them, which was the most common thing, money.
Absolutely.
So I think like years ago I knew that, but like last year I decided to make a pivot and say, yo, I'm going to focus on entrepreneurs, and I'm going to put out quality stuff to help them, and I'm going to charge them high ticket. Because if you coming to me and I'm only charging you a few $100s, that's not enough to make you be serious about it.
Not at all.
But if I say, yo, give me $15,000, $20,000 of your hard money, you're going to take it very seriously. Because that's not a conversation you go back home to your husband or your wife to say, honey, I gave Antoine $20,000 of our money, but I'm going to bullshit around for 3 months and I'm not going to do it. They're going to want that return back. And
it yields different results.
Yeah.
If I give you $200, honestly, what am I really expecting to get in return?
Right.
Now, if I give you $20,000, I'm expecting to get a higher. I'm expecting, okay, I'm giving 20, I'm going to learn something, or I'm going to have a tool that can make me six figures.
Right.
It has to make sense. Opposed to, I give you $200, okay, I made $1,000. So it almost goes in what you expect. You invest a little, you gain a little.
Right.
You invest a lot to get bigger gains. So,
what's up with it? It's Antoine Campbell. Hey, listen, if your credit is less than 700 and you still don't know how to get it past 700, or you just got trouble with credit, or you just made a few bad decisions, I want you to click the link below so you can learn how to improve your credit and we can take care of your credit.
All right, good talks, man. As always. One-on-one with Antoine. Closes out with your final statement.
Man, listen, stop cutting corners. Invest in yourself. Put up the money. I guarantee the results come.
Absolutely. Till the next time.
Next time.